Hello everyone. Hey, this is Alan of Enduring Truth. Today I'm going to do something a little different. Oh, tomorrow be sure to join me as we open up our discussion with the book of Revelations chapter 5 and 6. Today I want to talk about something that's really disturbing. Online, we see a lot on social media where there are many, God is black. There is so much going on. You have ones posting pictures of the image of Cesare Borgia. There is so much going on. Well, I want to share a real life experience that happened to me after living in Europe for 16 years. So, my brother Mark and everyone, Wade, Thomas, everyone that worked with us, Jennifer, everyone is a witness to this. I was working a job after coming back to America because I knew I was only going to be in America for a little while. I was going back to Europe. So in lieu of that, I was waiting on a document from Germany to be translated for me in English because for some reason they wouldn't accept my translation, but that's fine. So to cut a long story short, I was walking across the parking lot. This truck drove up. It was a Chevrolet. It had to have been about a 70s model. This gentleman, he jumped out. He had on this plaid-like shirt, and he had on jeans, and he had on boots. And I remember he wore glasses. So when he come up, my brother, he was busy, so I went over and asked him, "Can I help you?" He said, "Alan?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Whoa," because he spoke to me in Deutsch, in German. I said, "Ja, ich bin Alan." He said, "Ach, Alan, weißt du, Jahwe, du bist ein ganz große Lieb of dem Jahwe." He said that was a big, big love of Yahweh, God. I said, "Wieso kennst du mich?" That's, how do you know me? He said, "Ach, Alan, der Jahwe, der kennt alles. Der kennt dir seit vorher." So he said, he knew me before I was even here. I was like, wow. So I was really startled. So I went back over to my brother and asked him, I said, "Mark, do you know him?" He said, "No." "Wade, you know him?" He said, "No." Thomas was getting ready to drive off. And I was like, wow. So I went in the office. I asked all of the ladies in the office. They looked out the window. They looked out the door. They said, "No, he's not a customer of ours. We don't know him." I was like, wow. So I went back outside. He looked at me. He said, "Alan, glaubst du mich?" He asked, "Alan, do you believe me?" I said, "Yeah, I believe you." He looked at me again. He said, "Alan, liebst du den Jahwe?" He asked me, did I love our God? I said, yes. He looked at me. He said, good. I said, can I help you with anything? Did you want to buy anything? He said, no. Ich habe hier gekommen für dir, für dich. So he said he came there for me. I was like, für mich? Alan, kennst du den Jahwe? I was like, yeah. I was unsure of what to say. He was like, yeah. He said, "Alan, du bist ein ganz große Lieb of Jahwe. Vergiss das nicht." He told me I was a big love of Yahweh. Do not forget that. Now, this gentleman that appeared, he was not of an African American descent. His appearance was that of a Caucasian. Didn't appear to me to be nothing about Esau or anybody else. To me, over the years, because I think about it constantly, almost daily, and not only that, but all of the other supernatural things that my God has allowed to occur in my life, that has never left me. And he spoke to me not only in German, but also in Hebrew and in English. No one knew him. I didn't know him, but he knew my name. So I asked him, I said, well, is there any way that I can contact you? Are you with any congregation or synagogue or anything? He said, Alan, wir sind den Haus of dem Yahweh. He said they were the house of Yahweh. I said, where is that? He smiled. I said, well, can I contact you? You have a phone number? He looked at me. He said, für eine kleine Zeit bis ich bin da. He said, for a little time he will be there. So he gave me a phone number. That next weekend, that next Shabbat, I would have went to Brit Hadashah. I did not. I called him. And he answered. And we had a very brief conversation. He told me that he had to go. He said, Alan, ich muss weggehen. Aber ich bin sehr froh, dass ich habe dich gelernt. He said he was very happy that he had learned of me. I was like, where are you going? Das kann ich nicht sagen, had gesagt. He said, that can he not say. I was like, wow, okay. I said, well, I will call you again. And after that, it was just small talk. Okay, well, take care. Goodbye. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen. Shalom. And that was the last that I talked to him. That was the last that I seen him. So I'm bringing this message across in this video because, as I told you guys, what we bring is the truth, the enduring truth. This is a very, very unique experience that has already happened in the year of 2000. Okay? So keep in mind, I have been in Europe for 16 years. There is no way anyone could have known me. I had only been back in the United States at that particular time about a month and a half. So this video is being broadcast for us to stop imaging our God as to what we want him to be, because as he told Moshe, I am that I am. He can be who he wants to be, what he wants to be, how he wants to be, whenever he needs to be. He chooses who he wants. He sends who he wants. Everyone is not chosen. It doesn't matter if you're of a 12 tribe. So please, let's all who are doing the work of our God, who is the God of the Most High, El Elyon, in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, let us all stop imaging our God as we do a human, and visualize our God as being sovereign and over all things, as we know that he is. So again, I just wanted to share that personal experience, right? Because I see a lot of that about God's black people and all of this. This is fine when we know what tribe we're from. Question is, you know what tribe you're from. What the heck are you doing? Okay? Do something. Show your works. Study. Work with others. Overcome obstacles and barriers. It's not about who's right or who's wrong, but who is going to make it to the finish line. Remember, the way is narrow. And many are going to miss the way because we're hung up on our God being of a color of a human, and he is of the Ruach. So I'm going to stop right there. So please join us tomorrow on the 27th of July, Sunday, as we bring about the book of Revelations, chapters 5 and 6 as we begin to open that discussion and go further into the book of Revelations. Until then, you guys have a great afternoon. Shabbat Shalom. Ciao Bella. Das Vidanya. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.